This gentleman that I was speaking to showed me a picture of Chris Hemsworth.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's true.
But what I was looking at was not exactly Chris Hemsworth.
This is why my trainer laughed when I said I want to be Kim Kardashian. Like, Kardashian is like...
I want to lose 10 kilos in a month. And I'm like, okay, that's cute.
Some people are just blessed, you know.
I hate those people.
Yeah.
It's hard.
For me, if I look at a Big Mac, I put on 2 kilograms, you know.
First thing, throw away the shakes. Like, honestly.
If losing weight has been on your New Year's resolution list more times than you can remember, then this episode's for you. Welcome to The Usual Place, and I'm your host, Natasha. Today, I want to find out why so many of us break up with our fitness goals before January is even up or quickly into the new year. So I'm asking the experts, Mira and Jerome. Thank you guys for being on the show. So before we get started, Mira, you are a senior exercise experience coach with Virgin Active, and you started this all-girls run club.
Yeah.
And we also have Jerome, who is a senior club general manager at Fitness First Singapore. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Welcome. How often do you see people sign up for a trainer in the new year?
I think in New Year, generally, you see a larger surge of sign-ups for personal training. I think it's the New Year, New Me kind of vibe. And they are energized by the break during December. And you want to set new
Or is it like the
goals.
feasting and then everybody's like on the scale and they're like,
It's not from the
oops.
break. I think it's from the guilt.
Yeah.
It's like mainly they will come in and then they'll say like, oh, I've been eating so much for the holidays and whatever. Yeah, so that's usually New Year, New Me. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys see a lot of sign-ups. Is there a particular thing you can tell from people who sign up? It's like, okay, they have a particular goal in mind. Is it just to lose weight? Do they want to get fit?
Generally, I think it's weight loss.
Yeah.
Generally. Yeah, and toning up depends as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want to rush it. They want to look in shape for Chinese New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we get lots of those in 1 month's time.
We'll dive
Can
into
or
that.
not? Is it possible?
Depends on their starting point.
Correct.
Really depends.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah, but that's true because like some of them have never joined any gyms before and that alone like working out on its own as well. So I think it's like setting expectation is like very important. In this day and age, it has kind of transformed from just like weight loss to I would say with the rise of high rocks and like people started running and stuff like that. So now their goals have altered into like, I kind of want to do high rocks in like June in Singapore because everybody's doing it. Right. And like I want to start from like, in January just because it's a new year. Which is nice. As coaches, it's nice because, okay, finally we're getting something else. But I think still majority lies within weight loss and toning up.
So when does the breakup happen?
It can be as soon as within the first month. It really depends on how realistic their expectations were. Yeah. And sometimes some of us lack the structure and the training system. And I think often I notice some members get kind of lost. They're not sure how to progress after a certain point. And there's not much accountability to keep them on track. And that's when they don't see the results fast enough and they kind of lose a bit of motivation to continue.
Yeah. I agree with you on the accountability because I am the proof that it can work. Okay, I lost 17 kilos like 2-3 years ago.
Congrats.
So,
that's good.
But I agree with you so much about the accountability thing because if you don't have someone you're like accountable to, that's really hard.
Yes.
Yeah, because I tried to do it for years, like years trying to lose weight. I even went to gyms, I signed up with different ones and then, it just didn't work.
I think generally, which is why we always encourage newbies or people who are starting a fitness journey to start their journey with either joining a group fitness exercise class or engage a fitness professional at the start because that helps you keep you on track. Like at least you're part of a community that's like-minded. They can motivate you, and a trainer is also at the same time able to make adjustments to your training program along the way, make it interesting or motivational at the same time for you. Kind of keep you
not
on
being
track.
harsh on you, like get out, push out.
I guess that's the stereotype, right?
Oops. All right.
But I mean,
I mean, okay. I quickly wanted to go back to something you said, Jerome, which was about unrealistic expectations. So, what have you guys heard from people who come in and they're like, I want to be fit. Like, what is
It's an
unrealistic?
endless
Okay. Top 3. Go for it.
like I would say the first one that I ever had was like, I want to lose 10 kilos in a month. And I'm like, okay, that's cute.
Is It's a lot though.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Even if like you're a seasoned athlete, that's a lot. That's a lot of work. And like that client basically has no exercise experience at all. Like she basically spends on like fat freezing and those packages in like body slimming stuff. And yeah, she came in right into it. It's like, I want to lose 10 kilos. It's like, oh, why do you want to do it? Because I just want to fit in like my clothes post pregnancy and stuff. It's like, okay, we can't do that. And
I
then,
took 30 weeks to lose it. So that's not 30 weeks over like a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah.
And
It's hard
you don't
work.
do it in a month.
In
right?
a month. Yeah. So that's crazy. Well, what you?
What's the unrealistic one you've heard, Jerome?
Plenty. I guess the funniest one I can think of was this gentleman that I was speaking to showed me a picture of Chris Hemsworth.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's true.
But what I was looking at was not exactly Chris Hemsworth. So, and he was expecting to achieve that, the Thor physique in like 2 months.
All right.
It was quite difficult to kind of explain to him that he might
to let
need a
him
bit
down
more time.
gently.
Like, listen.
This is why my trainer laughed when I said I want to be Kim Kardashian. Like Kardashian is like, all right, we'll get you there, but not tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you let him down gently?
I guess I kind of, we have a system in some fitness technology tools in Fitness First, like the body tracks. I brought him on the body tracks, got him to understand his body type better.
Yeah.
And help him to understand the reality that he's working with, and gave him a training calendar, like, healthy weight loss, and to get like really lean, you need to allow yourself to have time.
Yeah.
And not every diet is going to suit you. Depends on your body type as well. And I think through that conversation, I kind of realized that it would have been like almost 6 months to a year before get anywhere near
Chris
a
Hemsworth.
tall physique. Like, because to build lean muscle mass, even for us guys, is not that easy. It really takes time.
So did he end up looking like Thor?
2 inches here and then 2 inches in. Yeah.
Well, sadly to say, I didn't see him after 2 months.
Okay. He broke out earlier than expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's not you, it's me kind of situation.
I get it. It must be frustrating. It must be frustrating for you guys, right? Like, because you want to help people and then they don't follow through.
But it's so common though. Like, if they have too much spending power also, sometimes it just like they break up really early because to them it's like, it's just not it. But I think like for like the other half, because they know they really spend money on it, then they're going to put their heart and soul in it. So I really feel that like, it is frustrating as coaches, of course, but then again, I mean, it's your goal in it. Like, we are here to help, of course, but like at the same point of time, it takes two to clap. So, yeah.
So for those people who want to do it, like they want to lose weight, how can they stick with it? Like, because there will always be a point where you question, like, do I have time for this? Do I really want this? Or it's just easier, like, okay, fine, I'll just like be bigger, it's fine.
I would say don't set such a large goal that you cannot achieve. Start by setting smaller, more realistic goals. Maybe start with 30 to 45 minute classes 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Those short classes actually are very effective, or short workouts as well. It can be very effective. You can commit to that over 2 months to 3 months. Hey, guess what? You kind of prove to yourself you can do it. And then once you have built that confidence and momentum, perhaps you might want to consider a larger goal from there. If you set out like, I'm going to lose 10 kilograms. I'm going to look like I did 20 years ago in 5 months. When you have not been in the gym or have not ran for the last 6 years, I guess you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. I think the first 3 to 6 months is extremely important.
Why is the first 3 to 6 months crucial?
If you're starting from nothing to something, your first 12 weeks at least is going to create a lot of like progress for the remaining rest of the year. Because you're going to start new habits, you're going to implement change, and all of these things are like big stuff. So when you're implementing change, you also need time for your body to adapt and then for you to change your own routine. And it's like the holistic approach of it is not just about like physical aspects. If you get great progress in the 12 weeks, you are more motivated to get there.
So once you start doing it and then you see it, right? And then you're just like, yes, I want to do more of it to see more, right? See more progress.
Yeah.
Okay, but to all the people who are lying in bed thinking, should I do it? How do I even get out of bed to get to class?
It's important to find a community to support you, or even loved ones that you need to
True.
speak to someone about this goal.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good point. Yeah, you
Like, you
should
tell people?
definitely like like when you have something in mind and then you're like, okay, gang, I'm gonna do it. But like if you actually, as soon as you say it out loud to someone, and then it's like you say it double, like you say it twice now. Like you the only person like you're backing out of is yourself.
Correct.
Because you think about it and then you tell someone, okay, now I have to do it. It kind of set that reality to it. But like the hardest part, honestly, is just putting on your shoes and leaving the house. Like once you're there, you're there.
I mean, I have to confess, like I love going to the gym. But there are days where like, no, I can do it tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's
same.
quite normal. I think even for us also sometimes, though we work out all the time, I think we have days where we don't feel like
That's true.
doing it.
Yeah.
But
Squats are hard, guys.
yeah. I mean,
It could be harder.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
Right?
That's very true.
Yeah.
You're like-
I suppose
punishing.
like to the point that we were talking on earlier is like to be accountable to someone. It could be a loved one or a friend. I think the best suggestion would be go visit your nearest gym, speak to someone. Try to find out more about classes. Try
Right.
to get engaged with a fitness professional. Be a part of a community.
Yeah.
Because when you are part of a community that's like-minded,
It
it's
changes the ball game altogether.
correct. Yeah. I think automatically you'll be motivated because if you like the people that you're
Yeah.
meeting and you're
Yeah.
enjoying yourself, it's natural.
It's
You
true.
want to show up.
Yeah, it's true.
What if I wanted to do this by myself with my TikTok fam? Because TikTok has like a lot of content about exercising, and for people who may not be able to join a gym because of the price barrier, for example, or maybe not sure whether they want to commit, can they do it on their own?
I won't say it's impossible,
Yeah.
but
But-
is it sustainable?
Yeah.
It's a different
That's
question.
true. Because like I mean I feel that like of course you can do it on your own. Everybody starts somewhere. Maybe like you start on your own. But the thing is like the longevity of it is it can be questionable. Like even in the gym setting, you see a lot of members who are like flying solo members. At some point, even like I have those members coming up to me, it's like, Mira, this is like what I've been doing, blah, blah, blah. And then like, I'm not seeing progress. And this is someone who's like been on their own the entire time. So like, given the context of like, let's say beginners, they want to start something on their own. I mean, the only catch with like looking for information on TikTok is sometimes, like most of the time, is information overload or misinformation. I mean, it's biased because like I'm a trader, we are coaches. So I would say like, just get help from
In
us.
person.
In person.
Okay. So is there anything on TikTok that you guys... I can tell you that I have a folder saved of like...
tell me. Tell us about it.
And I use it to correct form because... Okay, well, give me a look.
That's why I was having that point in my mind.
like,
That's why.
Okay.
About form.
About form, like just to
Yeah.
see whether it's correct or not. But I will concede that there are different trainers or different people who are in the gym. I sometimes may not know if they're trainers
Right.
who have conflicting information. So sometimes
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
This is the reason why, right? Like when we log on to social media, not just TikTok, I think YouTube, Instagram, we got all these fitness gurus, influencers. They will tell you, oh, don't execute exercise A this way.
Yeah.
And the famous one is a X and a tick sign, right? Wrong form, correct
yes,
form.
yes, like the half
everyone-
screen, yeah.
Takes it as a description of the exercise. When I find over the years that form is very prescriptive and less descriptive over the years
You wanna
because
explain it?
everyone's is made up genetically different. Bone lengths are different.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We all come with our own unique challenges
Right.
with mobility.
Yeah.
So it may look wrong, but that could be the form that is actually meant for you. Like
Yeah.
it's working for you.
Alright.
As long as it's safe. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
true. For example, okay, to give you context, right? Layman term, okay? So to give
You
you
want to show it? Which exercise are we talking about?
To give you context, okay, squat with your knees beyond your toes or like just stacked above your ankles, right? So usually, like all textbook answer was that when you squat, your knees have to be behind your toes,
Okay.
okay?
got
Like
it.
a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
correct.
But then like honestly, like I have really long femurs
Me too.
and it doesn't work because our
forward.
limb length are different. So like when you squat knees over toes, is it fine? Honestly, it's fine. Yeah, but these are the common misconception that like general population is like, oh no, but when we squat, we need to like do this. And then they overcompensate on like their core, their upper body and stuff like that.
If you just follow what's on YouTube and you do it on your own, it may not be suitable. That form may not be suitable for you. And guess what happens after a year or two?
Right.
You may start to wear out a joint, or you might even
That's
you might
real.
even
That's
hurt
a
yourself.
real, that's a real concern, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that is concerning, you see.
Yeah. That's true.
And that might take you out of the game for about 6 months to a year, if anything were to happen.
What is the unsaid truth about weight loss goals that nobody wants to admit but needs to hear?
For me, I would say weight loss is a daily process where you need to make the right choices to say yes to your plan and to say no to the decisions that got you there in the first place.
That was harsh, Jerome.
like,
it was just like, okay, yes, no, but no, I understand. I
Yes.
understand.
Because it is the hard truth, but it is a daily choice. Because and it comes down to discipline and how resilient you are as well. And it's difficult if you're on your own. It absolutely is. It's not something that not many of us can do by ourselves. You know, if you are really serious about a weight loss journey, there's going to be moments where you want to give up. You don't see the results fast enough. You doubt yourself. A trainer or even in a group exercise context where there's a community of people to support you, to encourage you, they can cheer you on, they can motivate you, or even a trainer can probably tell you, hey, you know what? I think you're pushing too hard.
Yeah.
It's time to
Which
rest.
is the thing, right?
It is.
You need
Oh,
the
it
rest.
is.
Correct.
It is 100%.
Rest and recovery is so important.
Yeah.
It's not a setback. It's very much part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think a lot of people who are training by themselves don't realize that. Sometimes we don't see results because we are not resting.
Yeah.
We need to rest ourselves physically.
Yeah.
Mentally as well.
Yeah. Well, I would say that what you don't change, you choose. So I think that's like one of the things that people always like, they take, like when they set up goals, they are so like fuzzy about it. Oh, I'm buzzing. Like, okay, like I want to do this. But when it comes to the execution bit, sometimes they don't realize that it's actually hard. And it could be as simple as like giving up your favorite snack. Like you need to trust the process. Like it actually takes a lot of time and effort and energy and support. And that's why like I think that people always like assume that it's just gonna be easy, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not though.
You know what I had to give up when I was training? Also, I think this thing that you were talking about, changing and giving up a lot of things is so true. Like I have a sweet tooth, I still do, but I had to give up so many things. Like, I don't eat nonsense, a lot of fried stuff.
Right.
So I cut out sugar almost completely, which totally changed my body, which was just very shocking to me.
Yeah.
And then I stopped snacking. I don't snack.
Yeah.
I don't snack anymore, really. Yeah. So that was a whole entire lifestyle change, right? Because you do that all the time. And then, and then moving, I never moved. I can do like 100 steps a day. And then I go from that to 10,000 steps a day. Like, it's like a huge jump, right? But it completely changed it. And I like the thing you guys said about discipline in doing it and trusting the process because it's so hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. But okay, to be fair to people, I was on my weight loss journey when I was unemployed. So I had time.
Oh yeah.
What do you say to the people who don't have time? Because I feel like that's a factor in giving up.
Like in the first place, setting up goals, you also have to put it on a scale of like 1 to 10. How important is it for you? And when you know your importance to it, the next thing is like, okay, so is this sustainable for you? Like, can you actually achieve this on a daily basis? Again, it's not about like, I'm going to cut like entirely from eating hawker food, for example, to now like just chicken breast. No, it's not that case. If it's important, you should also make time.
Which is what my trainer actually did with me. So for 1 week, he gave me a chance. He said, you just eat normally. You just eat normally and then, but every time you eat something, you must tell me what you eat.
Yeah.
So I've never kept a food diary, and I had to do that in that first week before we trained properly. And then you kind of noticed, like, I was like, I snack a lot. Like,
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, then I drink a lot of alcohol.
Right.
And then when he came out with the plan, which was in addition to the fitness plan, then you cut out a lot of, beyond the sugar, I cut out alcohol completely.
Wow.
Completely for a good, 2 cycles that I did it. And it was very strange to the people around me because they're like, oh, you're not drinking. And I really had to tahan. And
I halal now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really I had to say no. It was hard. It was so hard. But I think going back to the thing you said, I really wanted it.
Yeah.
I really wanted it at that point in time. So I think,
But you did it though.
Yeah, I did it.
I think it's interesting to mention the diary and being accountable to your trainer, right? So I think any technology or fitness technology tool that helps you track even your steps, your activity levels, your calorie intake helps. I think a lot of people want to go from 0 to 100
Real quick, yeah.
within 24 hours. I'm going to go all in tomorrow when I wake up. But could you sustain that, right? So I think what your trainer did is correct. Just eat what you eat normally first, and let's see after 2 or 3 weeks, how's your progress like.
Yeah.
And then we kind of slowly taper down. Yeah, because we can't look at you and, I know exactly what you eat, what you drink. That's ridiculous. We can't do that. So if you're not tracking this, then you're not managing your weight loss. As simple as that. So systems like Calorie Cam, you can use AI technology just to take photographs of your food, and it breaks down the calories. Things trackers like that are beneficial for weight loss. I think particularly for weight loss journey, you need to track what you're eating.
Yes. Yeah. And my trainer would track because after that I sent him everything I ate, and then if I sent him his scary text would be like, "What's this?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what's this?" Then he's like, "What is this bread?" And I was like, "You told me to eat a sandwich." And he's like, "No, but you can't eat this. You can't put the tuna on this bread because it has extra calories." So you mess up. So it was I was like, every time I see "what's this?" Then I was like, what did I eat wrong? Then I was like, heart attack. Yes, it worked. It's so true. Beyond the fitness part, and then, keeping accountable to someone, being accountable to someone, it was so...
I think also at the same time, you got to enjoy the journey as well. I noticed with some clients when they go too strict, once they go for a gathering, oh my goodness, they take revenge, man. It's like they have not eaten for months and
they dive into it.
And one day is like that, second day is like that, and then next thing you know, they have started to put back on the weight, and it gets very difficult for them to, hey, come, we need to pull back and get back to this. So I think for your mental wellness as well and well-being, you should enjoy certain foods that you like, but try to keep it within moderation. Yeah. Not every meal, not every day, Yeah. Call it a cheat meal if you must. I don't know.
Is that a good way to label it, like a cheat meal?
I don't particularly like that word cheat.
Yeah. So if you look at it in a perspective of I'm doing this because I need to lose weight for me to earn my cheat meal for the weekend, and then you have your mindset on it, I'm just looking for the weekends here, and then you just go hammer on it. So I think that's the tricky part. But I think progressively over the years, you've learned that certain approach, particularly this one for me, is not that ideal for clients to receive. Yeah, but also, of course, it depends on clients as well. But once you alter the approach of just educating them about this being a lifestyle rather than just a short-term thing, then their perspective of it changes as well.
At the very beginning, you need to know what is your basal metabolic rate, for example. What can you get away with? What you cannot get away with? Some people are just blessed,
I hate those people.
Yeah.
It's hard.
For me, if I look at a Big Mac, I put on 2 kilograms,
Exactly.
So just looking at it, right? So it's important to understand your BMR, what's your body type.
I'm curious if you have a memorable client, each of you, who has done something very drastic to lose weight, because that is their New Year's resolution. Do you remember any of your clients?
Yes, I have. I think the one that scared me was a lady that I used to train when I think intermittent fasting just became this huge
Yo, that's true though.
trend.
Yeah.
I got so scared because, uh, people like fasted for 16 hours. I thought she fasted for 16 days because it's like after 2 weeks, I saw I couldn't. She looked frail and weak,
She
and
lost that much weight in
a
that.
lot. Like, yeah, but the problem with that is you can't exert yourself in the gym, and
Yeah.
Because you got no energy.
no energy. So you're not expelling calories in the gym anyway. So
Your body's like, save me.
yeah. And then you're gonna reach a breaking point where you are just going to start eating because your body just needs food, right? And the bounce back is just crazy. Yeah. So which is why I think like it's very people need to be very careful with information online. Don't take everything you read online as this is the truth.
There's one client who's obsessed with shakes, like liquid diet basically. Just because, like my friend recommended me this shake, and she was on it for like I think 3 weeks. You see results on the scale, of course, because at the end of the day, it's all about calorie deficit, right? If you want to lose weight, but so she's hitting the deficit definitely. But like I mean, same point like Jerome, you don't have the right nutrients to support like your activity, your lifestyle. Yeah. And then so she was on it for 3 weeks, and then after that she went on a holiday. She came back, she gained 8 kilos in a span of 2.5 weeks. The
That's
rebound
a
is so
lot.
quick.
The pound is crazy.
The rebound is crazy. Yeah. 100%. So for me as a trainer, can you imagine? I'm like, what's happening?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I told you.
Yeah, I mean,
told you.
like obviously, like when she first mentioned to me, again, it's bias, right? Like I would definitely say, like, so you're just drinking this
The
as-
whole day?
as a as a source of
Liquid
fuel.
diet, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like all these shakes, right? Like, they have like they will market it in a way that like we have like the right amount of nutrients and macros, and this is like the promised success journey. If you take this for these weeks, then you will lose this amount of kilos and blah blah blah. On top of that, you change your lifestyle, 10,000 step plus gym and whatever. So like, yeah, she's obedient, she's following it, of course. But like, I mean, as trainers, you can only do so much. Like I did told her like, this is not sustainable. You will rebound. And apart from that, also it's like it's not ideal in terms of like how it's giving you energy in the first place. I don't think it's even giving you any energy. But people they choose what they wanna do and who they wanna listen to, right? But I think like at that point, she was on a roll of like being addicted to see that progress on a scale. So yeah, when she rebound, then she's like, okay, so what I'm gonna do? First thing, throw away the shakes, like honestly. And then she like I think that also altered her relationship with food. So this is one of the big things I feel that like a lot of clients might actually face or already currently struggling with it, because when they are so obsessed with this weight loss journey, their relationship with food will tend to alter as well. And it sometimes get to like certain extreme of like they feel guilty at every single thing that they're eating, or they get too obsessed with counting calories. So like that rips away the joy of like socializing and even like living, to be honest. So like she had a hard time to clock in 3 meals a day, and each time like she goes out with her friends for food, like she will always look for like the lowest calorie option. And
That's
like
painful.
yeah,
'cause
that's painful. Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta think about it. You gotta count it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't just
but
enjoy yourself, right?
that's true. And when she start having like solid food, then like obviously it's gonna reflect in a certain way on the scale. It's not as fast as a shake, obviously, and then that also affected her in a whole scale of things. And I think like as a coach, like that's where I think one of like moments that I will always remember with this client, because like it started off with I just want to lose like weight, and then it became to a whole journey of finding herself holistically in terms of her feeling about food, and then her mental wellness. And also like I mean at the end of the day, coming to the gym now has become like a therapy session also, because like I'm always checking in with her, like how's your meal going, how you feeling, how's your energy level and stuff. And It's to the point that like at one point she called me at 4 a.m. in the morning because she was like she's crying so much that
Y'all
she
need boundaries, but okay, where did this go?
Oh, she pay my bills. So no, but like on top of that, she was sharing with me like, like she just finished like a tub of ice cream at 4 a.m. And it's whole ordeal of like her personal life as well, like broke out with the boyfriend, blah blah blah. So I know
Jerome
what's
is
up.
like, thank goodness I do not have this.
No, but I mean, it's a woman thing, right? But I feel like I think that is also at the point of my career that I find that like being a coach is more than just within the gym space. Of course, it's a bit like, the boundaries are important. But like you might never know like
Yes.
at what point like you are very important to your client's life. Because like honestly, maybe they don't have anybody or like no one around them can actually understand what's happening.
Yeah, and I totally understand this, which is the last question I wanted to ask you guys. Do people have social sabotage? And by that I mean like when you're on your weight loss journey, people around you may not be so supportive. Because I felt that when I was losing weight, because people would tell me, hey, you're not eating so much, just eat lah. It's okay. When you already know in your mind that I'm on this like journey,
yeah.
I need to do this. It's just between me and my trainer and we are accountable to each other. But other people will be like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Or even when I lost weight, they're like, can you stop losing so much weight? But then like 17 kilos ago, you guys were like saying, you
should.
maybe you should drop some pounds. So it's like messaging. Do you find that your clients
Yes,
have like
I think
social sabotage?
Anyone's social circle can always impact their decision making, especially if you're on a journey like a fitness journey. It can misguide you, it can lead you astray, especially if you don't have a plan or someone you're accountable to. Yeah, I always find there are clients that when you go out for gatherings, or they know they're not supposed to drink or eat that last wonton on the plate, right? So, but their friends say, oh yeah, like you said, like it's all right, just go for it. You should reward yourself. You've been working out hard, things like that. And I think that's when things like finding a different group, a community that's different from your usual hangout group is very important. Like when you join a gym or you're attending classes, like I think like a lot of trends that you mentioned, like High Rocks, like it's huge nowadays. Like
You will get with people who know what
Yes.
you want to do, right?
and you're going through the training together. You celebrate. You have that special bond and experience in the class, right? And these are a group of people that probably have the same goals as you. They're going to be there for you, right?
Yeah. This is actually pretty common in my group of clients when they first start their journey, actually. I think it can stem down to even their spouses kind of second guessing them. It's like, you sure not you want to lose weight? It's like, you sure you can do it? And like, it could be like your boyfriends or people you least expect. And I feel that like, I always tell this to my clients, like if you don't like the vibe, don't change the vibe, change the environment. I feel like, of course, people around you who you feel that they are significant in your life, they should be supportive. But even if they're not, honestly, it all comes down to like you. Like how you receive the information is entirely up to you about what you're gonna do with it. Because yes, they can say all of these things, but do you want to like, oh, but like he said this, or would you rather like, because you said this, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So I'm very big on that with my clients. So it's like, okay, so he said that, and then what? Then what he's gonna do about it? Like you are gonna do something about it, right? We are, and I also feel that like I mean, back to the previous story of my client, in a nutshell, how I perceive myself as a coach within all of my clients and also my class regulars is that I am their hype woman, because you don't know what's going on back at home. Maybe you do, but like at the same point of time, you want to be that person that that they can tap on when they need certain encouragement, or like Mira gets it. Okay, I'm going to go to Mira.
I really agree with her. As being a coach, like it's more than just coming to a training program, making sure your client turns up,
Yeah.
and supporting them through this. You become that listening ear to them as well. Like over the years, I realized that, like you mentioned, like husband, boyfriend, or even wives, right, may not really fully understand the reason why they want to lose weight, or why they want to transform themselves, or they want to take part in a marathon.
Yeah.
But as a coach, you would know.
Yeah.
Because of the deep conversations that do happen while you're training them.
Yeah.
And it can get quite deep. I think you would know. Yeah, you,
I know. I know. Yeah, I know.
and you know secrets about them, that I'm not going to say it on air.
Most exciting, juiciest secret you heard? What's that? Okay. But on that note, I would just want to give you guys, like, as we close up, just one, if you had one line for a person who's making this, losing weight, their resolution, what would you say to them? Just in one line, Jerome.
One line, making weight, losing weight,
their
their resolution. Don't look behind, just look forward. And keep going after your dreams and your goals.
Okay. I still stick to the same line. It's like what you don't change, you choose.
That's your motto, right? All there.
Correct. 100%.
So thank you guys for being on the show, and I hope if you're watching today, you might find something useful for your New Year's resolution if you want to lose weight. So that's it from me, and if you're watching this episode on YouTube, like, subscribe, or hit the notification bell to get fresh content. You can also catch The Usual Place on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on the ST app. And you can find me on Instagram at theusualplace_net, and I'll tag them as well so you can contact them and get in touch with them if you would like. And I'll see you in the new year.